Alright guys, so I'm working back on the car, and I'm gonna put on the other hood, and I'm going to measure out exactly where I'm gonna put the vents, and then just cut them out. I'm probably gonna end up taking it back off to cut it, because I don't want to cut it on top of the engine, because the sparks, and yeah, it could kind of like maybe damage something or catch something on fire. But yeah, so, and then after I got my orbital sander from Harbor Freight, thing was like probably $12, and it works pretty freaking amazing. So I'm gonna end up sanding down the whole hood. Yeah, so I'm gonna end up cutting the vents, then sanding the whole hood, and then I'm gonna be painting it with this stuff that I have. And sorry about the noise. It is freaking loud right here. There's some type of bell across the street. But yeah, so I'm just gonna be using this stuff, rust reformer. It's pretty dark, and then because I kind of don't want that shiny, the shiny blue. It sticks out way too much. And then this one's just dark primer. And these are old cans that I've been having for probably over a year already. And this one's probably about half, and that one's probably a little bit less than half. And I'm gonna put all this stuff to good use. So when you hoard stuff like this, it really comes in handy. Instead of paying, you know, with the inflation and everything, probably $12, $13, $14 for this. So yeah, it's always good to hold on to stuff like that. So now I'm going to pop the hood, put it on, and yeah, let's check it out. All right guys, so I'm basically trying to measure up how far up, and right here might kind of seem a little bit exaggerated, like in the middle, but this hood and the engine placement and where the radiator supports at in the radiator, it's kind of weird. Like the radiator is like all the way up here, and this is just overhang right here. Like you could just feel it right there. Radiator's here, and where there's this space where the air goes in, it's supposed to come out, is around this area. The engine is over here. So, and then the manifold's like right here with the fuel injection right here. So I think this is the best spot. I kind of do want to go up probably another inch, because I do kind of think it is a little bit too far back. But yeah, I think that's what I'm going to end up doing, just putting it about an inch forward. And then I already have this marked out right here, and so all I have to do is just transfer that over to this one, find out how spaced apart I want to make them, and just scribe the lines and cut it. So yeah, it's not really rocket science, but I am kind of like obsessive on how exactly, like that line, see the factory line right here, I want to try to get that one as much as possible, but that one doesn't really have that line. So yeah, so that's what I'm just trying to do, and I want to make sure I get it, you know, close enough where if you're standing to it, you're not going to be like, oh, this one's kind of like, you know, over here and that one's over there. Kind of want to make it where it looks like legit, you know. So yeah, so I'm gonna split them up about an inch right here and move it down an inch, and let's see how that looks. All right, so that's how it looks like right there, a bit spaced apart and about an inch lower. I probably do have to like move it around a little bit, but after that I'm just gonna find the measurement from here to here and from there, and that's gonna give me roughly where I have to put it. But yeah, it doesn't have to be if it's a millimeter up or down, but as long as these are just side by side nicely like that on there, it'll be good enough. Not really shooting for perfection, but don't want it to be all bad. Let me put this down. Yeah, so that's how it looks right there. But just imagine a black hood with these vents sticking up, and you could see inside, and black vents, black hood with the NACA duct right there. Basically, I gotta find out where the intake is at, and it's gonna be like that, the outline, but it's actually gonna be inside like that. And I actually have my rivets on me. I have a rivet gun, or that little handle thing, but huge fail, I don't have bits. I can't find the bits that I drilled the DA's spoiler, so that kind of sucked. So I gotta go get bits, or I gotta find them. Oh yeah, so that's gonna look something like that. Looks kind of funny, but it's gonna be a donor hood and everything's just gonna be black, so you're really not gonna notice it until you get up on it. And well, you're gonna notice the vents, but it's not gonna be like standing out like it is now. But I really gotta find out where the intake is at and everything, so I could have this inlet directly into the intake, like facing the intake. Even if it's closer to the vent, it'll still be good. But yeah. All right guys, so literally 20 minutes later, I finally got it exactly where I want it. I went down another inch, I went up another inch, and this is the best spot. And plus I was looking at like the Vis Racing and all the other aftermarket hoods, like the carbon fiber hoods that have the vents right here. And it's primarily in this location, and I'm pretty sure those are tested and proven. And from my measurements, it seems like the best. So I'm going based off of what seems the best and what other manufacturers do. And this is where it's at right here. And I just noticed that the Vis Racing has a NACA duct here and a NACA duct right here, but I don't know why you would want a NACA duct to put air here, maybe from that side of the fender where it opens. But I would think a NACA duct here to force air into the intake area, you know, give that more cooler oxygen. So that's kind of a weird design. I actually don't like that hood, the way it looks, but with these vents and the NACA duct being more over the intake, it's gonna look a lot better, and it's gonna be a lot more flush without the bump ups that those hoods have, which is kind of 90s style to me. And I kind of just like the flat shaved look, and I could always paint this hood and it'll look, it's OEM, or it'll look OEM completely, and it'll just have the vents and everything. So yeah, it's more of a subtle look. So that's where I'm gonna go right there. And now I'm going to actually tape these together. I'm gonna measure this up on that one in the center. Then I'm gonna put these where they're gonna be taped together, and they're gonna be the same width apart. And I'm gonna set it right above here, this line, and that's where it's gonna be at. Make some quick adjustments, and then I'm gonna scribe all around here and scribe all around here. And then where I scribe that is where I'm gonna cut the vents. And then from there, I'm just gonna drill them in for the rivets. So yeah, so let's do it right now. So this is a little system that I'm using. I have this tape right at that line, and then I have this one right there that's gonna give me this V that I need. And that's right the center, it's right in the center, close enough. And then this right here is exactly the length I want back. So now I'm just gonna take this off. And since I have that mark right there with the pencil, see, right there, now I know where to put that line at. So yeah, right, now I have this kind of where I want it. I think I gotta go a little bit this way. So what I'm gonna end up doing now is making fine adjustments. But you might be asking, how do I know that's the center? That this center of the tape is the center of the hood. Well, this thing has Bondo right there, and the center line that Acura has, it's pretty much gone. But if I lift the hood up, it has those 3 holes. So I just matched the center of the tape to that center hole, and that's how I got my measurement. So now I'm just going to measure, keep this here, measure from there to there, there to there, and get this even. Then I'm gonna pop on the vents. So yeah. All right, guys, so I finally got everything off the hood. I just gotta clean it up real quick. But there it is right there. And it's looking pretty dang good. That's it right there. So I had to put a tape because I actually found a center mark over there. It's kind of bowing a little bit, but it doesn't have to be perfect. But I found a center mark up there and a center mark here. And I just laid my measurement tape over, because right at that edge to that line is where I have to be. And then I put that tape over there, and it's looking pretty dang even. So let's check it out. Right there. That is not bad for eyeballing. So now I'm going to scribe the lines, and I could finally take off all this. And then after I scribe the lines, I'm gonna cut the holes, and then I'm gonna end up sanding everything and getting it ready for primer. But yeah, so, but I also have to fix this part right here. And another thing, when I start to cut into the metal, I'm gonna end up hitting Bondo. So hopefully it's not too thick. But yeah, but the dent on the underside, it doesn't look like, can't even notice it, but it is kind of weird. So yeah, I actually didn't even know it had Bondo, to be honest with you. I thought it was just like flaking like that. But yeah, but this is a good hood to mess around with, just to you know, if it doesn't turn out nice, it's not something that's actually value to somebody, unlike, you know, a nice fresh hood. So let me get to scribing, and then we'll do it. Cut right into it. Measure it 1,000 times, cut once. All right, guys, so I just scribed it with the screwdriver. Right there. And right there. That's basically all I need. And then from there, I could just throw these on, rivet them, and I'll be done with it. I want to try and rivet them from the bottom. We'll see how that goes. But yeah. So I'm gonna start up the car, get the angle grinder, grind this out. It's a millimeter off there, a millimeter off there, 2 millimeters off there. It's a little bit off, but you'll never notice when you know, you're flying down the highway looking at it from an overpass. But yeah, so can't wait to get this done, because once I get this done, I'm gonna move on to cutting that out and then sanding it, and that's gonna be for this video. And then next video will be mounting everything and painting it. guys, so we are one step closer. That actually looks kind of nice right there. So I'm gonna take off these pieces. I'm gonna put the NACA duct on the car, on the original hood, measure that up and get where I need to get it for that side. And then I'm gonna cut that out, jump back over here and sand down the whole hood after I cut that out, so it could just be ready to basically assemble from there. But there is body filler. Oh no, wait, that's just thick paint. Not that much body filler, so that's good. Razor sharp right here, look at this. You do not want to slice your finger with that. That'll mess up your whole day. So I'm gonna end up getting all this out and cleaning up the edges as good as possible and try not to touch it and slice my finger like I always do. And yeah, hopefully this goes good. All right guys, so finally working on this, and I've been doing this for about 10 minutes already. The fuse box is right here, and I want it to be besides the fuse box, like in between the fuse box and the intake tube. The intake tube is here, fuse box, so I'm putting it there. It's a little bit on this side because I don't want it too close to the vent. So I marked out from there to here, from this edge to here, and where the end of the fuse box is, like that, there to there. So I'm basically going to use this reference for that hood, but I'm going to trace this out right here with the pen, and that's going to let me know exactly where to put it. And then I'm also going to measure from here to here and put an L right there, and that's going to let me know exactly where it's going to be. So yeah, so it's not too difficult, this one, fortunately, because I'm just winging it wherever this will kind of go in. But then again, I kind of thought maybe more down, but I don't want it to hit the battery because the battery's right here. Like, you might think that you got all this other space, but there's really nothing here but the radiator support and the battery's here. So yeah, I don't really know how that's gonna work, but I'm gonna measure this out one more time, see if I could bring it a little bit more down. But yeah, we'll see. Oh yeah, so I forgot to mention, so after I get this and everything figured out, I'm gonna trace it, and basically I'm just gonna make a stencil. That stencil is gonna go on the other hood, ready to be cut out. So I'm not gonna really need to have any of this tape or mocking up or anything. I'm just gonna basically have a perfect outline of that right there. So yeah. So finally got it. I kind of had to move it this way so it looks all like messed up, but that was my first one. That's my second one. The third one right here is where I have to cut inside of that. It looks a little messed up right there, but I know how much to cut. So yeah, so basically that inner one right there. And then from there, it's gonna be mocking up and keep having to cut, fit, and then I'm also gonna probably get some pliers and like bend in the metal to like try and form it. And yeah, so, but I kind of want to make it where it just falls right in, where like it goes in that way and just sits flush, but we'll see. But it's coming out pretty good. This piece of metal, it's that part of the brace where the hood prop goes, and then it sticks up. I'm gonna try and leave it. If it interferes or anything looks bad, I'm gonna end up just cutting it and not having a hood prop. But I kind of want to keep the hood prop because doing maintenance and stuff like that, I don't want to have to put a pole or something. So yeah, I'm gonna cut this out and get this done. But cutting in there is gonna be kind of weird because it's a big disc, and I don't know how I'm gonna get that. So I'll probably just end up making slits and kind of like twisting them out. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, usually when the time comes, we get pretty creative. All right guys, so that's where I'm at so far. It's just a rough cut, but I tried to like put this in here somehow so I could have the plastic exposed, and having this on the inside, it's literally no way possible. So I'm just gonna end up going like this and just running it like that, and shaping it more and painting everything black. But yeah, but it's gonna look pretty good once I'm done fixing it. But I kind of wanted this outer lip to be resting on the top of this like that. That would look a lot cleaner. But there's literally no way, unless I try and cut this piece off. But then this will be like the main part that actually guides the air down. All right guys, so that's gonna be the little video for today. My back is already done. If you wanna see more, smash the like. And yeah, so hopefully I get this done very, very soon, because yeah. But it is kind of fun because I don't have to rush or anything. But the next video, I'm going to fit this. I'm going to fit the vents, sand everything down, and paint it. I'm not going to fix this right now. I just want to get it complete, and then I'll perfect it and make it look very nice. But yeah, all right guys, I'll see ya.